I'm recording this in two places right now. I'm streaming live on Facebook and I'm streaming live on Instagram. So if you see me looking back and forth, that is the reason why. So the first thing I want to say to you guys is welcome. I am so excited to have you guys in this live training. You guys have no idea how excited I am for this. I've been preparing for it for a while. I've been talking about it for a while. So to have all you guys here and have it be the day, I am so freaking excited. So the first thing that I want to tell you guys is you are going to need a notebook for this. So I'm going to give you guys a second to basically go grab a notebook, grab a piece of paper. If you're not watching this on your phone, you can, write notes on your phone, whatever you want to do. But there's going to be a lot of notes to be taken in this. So please go grab something right now. I'm going to take a sip of water and let everybody start to kind of roll in because I hopped on here a little bit early to set everything up. So I'm going to give you guys a second. Go grab everything that you need, notebook, pen, pencil, whatever, and get situated. And as you guys, you're all set. Awesome. I'm so excited. You came prepared. I like that. So as you guys are all coming in, like I said, just say what's up, say where you're tuning in from, and let me know what your intention is for this training and why you registered or why you signed up for it if you were actually registered for this training. So go ahead, take a second, say what's up, and grab your paper and your pencil or your pen. All right, so as you guys are doing that and you guys are getting in here, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about me really quick. And again, I wanna make sure all you guys can hear me. So send me some hearts or some likes if you can hear me, because I wanna make sure you guys can hear me. So I'm gonna give you guys a huge, huge gift at the end of this training. I am so excited for it. You guys might've saw me post about it before. It's valued at over $2,000, but I want to give this to people who are committed to showing up for them, people who are ready to just elevate their life, people who are ready to actually start taking action. So that will be given away at the end. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about me. Most of you guys already know me because you have seen me post about this on either my Instagram or my Facebook, or a friend shared this training with you. So basically, my name is Janae. I am a mindset and manifestation coach. I work with millennial women who suffer and struggle with limiting beliefs, that negative self-talk, and I help them by actually healing those root causes instead of just trying to build on the BS. And then we create a personalized action plan for you to take action into what it is that you're trying to achieve in your life, your goals, your vision, what you're trying to manifest and call in. Hey, Kiki. So that is basically what I do. I do this work because I have been where you are. All of you guys have been telling me why you signed up for this training. A lot of you have been lacking in your confidence. You guys have been going through all the self-help books, all the podcasts, the TED Talks, all of that. I was there too. I did all of that. But you guys are still looking for a lasting shift, a lasting change, and you still haven't seen it yet, which is why you came into this training. And I was there too. A little brief background about my history. My parents separated when I was really young. I was about 1, and I think the final divorce was when I was 2 years old, I want to say. So around that time is when my abandonment issues kind of started, my self-worth issues started. Hi, everyone. Oh, everyone's saying hi. Oh, I love it. But basically, it started with my dad leaving. That started with my abandonment issues, my insecurities. My mom told me I used to, we would go visit my dad, and I would get all dressed up, hoping that he would, come back home and stuff. So it was an automatic, dodge to my self-worth and my self-value that I wasn't good enough. And then as life went on and I started getting older, I got bullied a lot when I was younger. Everyone used to tell me that I was ugly, I was skinny, I looked like I was anorexic, everything and then some. And then I just got myself into a lot of toxic and abusive relationships for a really long time because I had a low image of myself. I had low value of myself. So it was just unhealthy relationship after unhealthy relationship, and it just kept on going. And from those unhealthy relationships, I just kept digging myself deeper into this hole of not feeling good enough and not feeling worthy of happiness and just all the things that I wanted to bring into my life. And you fast forward now to where I am, and now I'm helping other women who are in the same position that I was once in, and I'm helping them to overcome that and bring the things that they want into their life exactly how I did, because my life is literally night and day. And I don't know if you guys have seen my Instagram story today, but I actually posted about that. I had a little memory on Facebook from 7 years ago, and it was me standing on top of this Mission Peak. It's in Fremont, which is in the Bay Area, California, and it's this really big hill, and it's a really long hike, and I'm standing on top of it with my arms like this. And I posted on my Instagram story and I was like, wow, I really thought I was on top of the world then, and look at me now. And I actually cried about this because I just can't believe that my life started where it was and it's where it is now. Like, it's crazy. Like, the transformation has been insane. So that is why I do this, because I almost can't believe that I created this out of my life, and I love helping other women do the same thing. And it doesn't have to necessarily be starting your own business or like being an entrepreneur, but it's just manifesting the things that you want in your life, the careers that you want, the love that you want, the friendships that you want, like everything that you want and that you have a desire for, you guys can definitely have it. And that's what this whole training is about today, is to show you how possible it is and give you the same tools that I use, the same tools I give to my clients, and it works for them and they move mountains. One of my clients is actually in here, Maria is in here. Oh my God, I love your shirt. Thank you. Hi everyone. Thanks, Chanelle. You're welcome, Patricia. But all these things that I'm about to teach you, like they have made huge transformations in my life and my clients. So I'm so excited to share this with you guys. So my approach is psychology with like a hint of the woo-woo, because I'm all about the subconscious mind. I'm all about the unconscious mind. I'm all about energy. I'm all about basically all things feelings, energy, law of attraction, all of that. Like, I'm into that. So that's what my approach is to coaching, because those are the things that work for me. And spirituality is very broad. It's very expansive. Like, some of my clients are religious. Some of my clients are spiritual. Like, whatever it is, we all work together, and I love it. So basically, the reason that I do the work that I do is because having this unprocessed emotional energy and like these unsolved experiences in our life and limiting beliefs and just everything that we have, the negativity, the fear, all of these things that we ignore or we push aside or whatever, not only can it make you miserable, but it can make you physically sick. Like, that can transfer into your energy body and make you sick. And a lot of people who knew me when I was working in corporate America, I was sick literally all the time. I was so sick because I was so unhappy. I was so like stressed out. I just felt like I wasn't aligned with what I was supposed to be doing. And it was a good job, but I hated it because it wasn't what I wanted to do overall in the big picture. So I don't know. I didn't realize how much I hated it until I realized how sick I was getting. I was sick all the time. I was calling out all the time. I was at home. I was in the doctor. The doctors couldn't tell me what was going on with me. Like, they had no idea, but it was because I was so unhappy that it was making me physically sick. And that's why I think that this work is just so important, because it takes a toll on you, not only emotionally and not only mentally, but it takes a toll on you physically as well. So many of us deal with this. Like, you are not alone if you're experiencing this. I went through it. A ton of other women who are in this training right now have gone through this as well. And it's normal. It's a normal part of life. Like, I don't want you guys to think that there's something wrong with you or like you're destined for failure or anything like that, because that's not what it is. It's just you haven't had the right tools to overcome these things. And that's what I want to talk about today. And I was always told, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And it's so true, because my mom tried to teach me a lot of this stuff that I now teach a long time ago. And I just was not ready to hear it. Like, I was very stuck in victim mode. I was very defensive all the time. Like, my mom used to make fun of me so much because she was like, dude, I didn't even say anything and you're being so defensive. Like, I literally would just, I don't even know, but I was so defensive all the time. But when you are ready to like show up for you and you're finally ready to like make a change in your life, like, the freaking teacher will appear, which is why you're in this training today. Obviously, you're ready. You signed up for this training, and not only have you signed up for this training, but you're tuning in live right now. So I want to already shout you guys out for that and dedicating and taking out the time to do the work that comes with elevating yourself and healing yourself. So it's so common. I was always sick. Yeah, I was sick all the time. It's crazy how much like it can translate into your body. So there's actually Amy Sher. She wrote a book, How to Heal Yourself When No One Else Can. I love this book. It's one of my favorite books. I'm actually probably going to do a live series on this book because it is so amazing and it's so life-changing. But she said something in her book. I'm going to try not to cuss as much. If you guys know me, I cuss all the time, but I'm going to try to like keep it cool. But she said, all of the things that she wanted in life, it was like God was handing it right in front of her, but she was also holding on a bag of poop. And as long as she let go of the bag of poop, she would get the reward. And it's fine. As soon as she finally let all of this stuff go from her past that was holding her back and everything else, that's when everything came flooding in. And it's so freaking true. So I am so excited to finally get started after all that background, like babble or whatever. So if you guys are ready and you're excited, let me know in the comments. Give me some hearts because it gets me excited and it puts my energy up and I just deliver more value. So I'm going to start you guys exactly where I start with my VIP clients, and that is in the very beginning, in the things that have hurt us. You better say it. In the things that have hurt us in the past. A lot of these things affect us a lot more than we even know. Like, it's crazy because I can connect literally every single negative thought, every single negative belief, every single negative habit that I've ever had to something that hurt me in the past. It's all connected to our past. It's all connected to that conditioning that we got. It's all connected to that mindset that we started tuning into based off of what other people were saying to us and showing us and teaching us, whether it was directly or indirectly. So I want you guys to take a second. Like, if you have your notebook out like you're supposed to have, I want you to take a second and write this down really quick. Like, I want you to think about the things that affected you in your past or the things that hurt you. And it could be something so simple like when your mom criticized your outfit, or it could be something like when your ex-boyfriend cheated on you or your ex-girlfriend cheated on you or whatever. Like, just, I want you to think of anything, nothing too big or small. Just write down or think about in your head like 5 things that come to your mind. And sometimes things are going to come up that you wouldn't even think is something that you're even paying attention to anymore, or like something that you almost forgot. Because that's what happened to me when I did this. Like, I was like, damn, I forgot about that. And I'm just like writing all this stuff that's coming up. And I was pretty shocked at the things that were coming up. But don't even worry about it. Just let yourself free write like 5 things that come to mind. I'm going to give you guys a second for that. So a lot of us don't like to do this work. And let's be real, this work is not fun. It's not exciting. It's not like, who wants to look at their past hurts? You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to look at their past hurts and reflect on it or anything like that. We try to do the opposite of that. We try to push that aside. We try to pretend like it never happened. We try to push it to the back of our head, all of that kind of stuff. Like, we try to basically suppress it for a long time, but that is literally the worst thing that you can do, because all it's going to do is be in the back of your mind, and you may not be consciously aware of it, but unconsciously it's constantly triggering. It's constantly triggering you. It's constantly like setting you off when someone does something that's somewhat similar and we don't even recognize it. So this is so important to do this work. We have to face it in order to clear a solid foundation. We cannot create new habits on top of old ones, or new beliefs on top of old ones. It's literally like having this cold glass of water and then pouring hot water on top of it and hoping my water stays hot. Like, it's not going to stay hot. This cold ass water is going to mix with it and it's going to become like lukewarm water. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't mix. You can't bring them together. That's not what it's about. You have to literally clear your foundation of beliefs. You have to clear your foundation of like negative thoughts, clear your foundation of negative habits. And that is how you could start to build new habits. And that's why I talk about this basic work at the not basic, this deeper work at the beginning, because we have to clear that space. We cannot manifest the things that we want when we're constantly triggered still by other things that's in our past, or we're still holding on to it, or we still feel anger, we're still fostering all that negative energy. It just does not work. That is not how you manifest the things that you desire. It comes with healing. So my clients, it's so crazy whenever we go through the first couple of weeks of the program, be it the group program or be it as my one-on-one clients, they're just like, oh my God, like going through everything. They're just like, oh my God, I can't believe all this stuff that I was unconsciously like really holding on to. And that is when the hugest transformation already starts to happen for them, because in the first 1 to 2 weeks, they're already doing the work to let go of this. So I'm going to go a little bit further into letting it go, these things go. So basically, I want you to think about the 5 things that you chose or what you written down. And this is kind of where it gets harder, but just bear with me. Like, these are all things that are just no longer serving us. So why are we holding on to them? So I want you to think, like, what has holding on to these things cost me in my life? And what are they continuing to cost me, like, over and over again? Like, for example, I kept holding on to trust issues for the longest freaking time. I never trusted anybody. So that cost me so many friendships. It cost me relationships. I didn't want to get close to anybody. I was easily triggered by anything, and I was accusing people of lying. And not only that, but I was operating from such a lack, fear, and scarcity mindset that I was only attracting more people who were going to trigger that out of me. upset me or just live true to what it is that I was afraid of, because that's a place that I was operating from. I was operating from the lack. I was operating from the fear. I was operating from the scarcity. So I want you to think of these things that you're holding on to and think about, like, what is this costing me in my life by me holding on to what so-and-so said to me 20 years ago? Like, what is this costing me? And really deep think about this, because if you wanted to, you guys could feel free to share this in the comments. Like, if you are feeling this or you have something to relate to, like, drop it in the comments. If you're realizing that you, like, something that you are holding on to is costing you a lot, like, give me some hearts or comment yes. Like, tell me that you can relate to this. Let me know that, like, what I'm saying is resonating with you guys, because I know that we all do it. We hold on to so much, and then when we realize, we're like, oh my God, this is costing me so much. Like, what am I doing, you know? And I like to go into this exercise because all of this comes with choosing to forgive and letting it go. That's how you let go of it. And it's not to, you know, excuse them or let them off the hook. It's to free yourself. But if I introduce the idea of, like, hey, you forgive everybody from your past, because that's what it's gonna let everything go. If I told you that, you'd be all like, girl, I am not forgiving them. But when you realize how much it's gonna benefit you by letting this go and forgiving these people, then you're kind of like, okay, I'm kind of willing to do that. Like, I want to be able to, you know, live free, let go of this, and just let it go. So I want to ask you, actually, let me point this out first, like, how we hold on to things for so long, or why we do it. We really do that because we feel so strongly about it, because we are hurt, or we feel attacked, or we feel like we're invaluable. But I want to ask you guys a question. How many times have you not trusted someone or lashed out on someone in results of these events that hurt you in your past? Like, how many of you guys have done that? Because I know I used to do that all the time. Like, I lashed out on people, I hurt people, I closed people out, I didn't trust people. And I did all of that because of what happened to me in my past. And if you guys agree with me, like, just drop a yes in the comments or drop some hearts or whatever, because I know we've all done that. I know we're all guilty of it. Like, we all been there, sis. It's good. Like, there's no issue with it. As long as you wake up to it and recognize it, it's lit. So I want to point out too, if you have done this in result of your own past, then I want you to think, what makes you think that the person that hurt you in the first place is any different and they weren't doing the same exact thing? It's not personal. Like, these people weren't doing this to purposely go out and hurt you, just like how we have reacted from events in our past that we haven't healed from. People are doing the same thing, and it's a domino effect. Maybe those people were still hurting from something in their past that they haven't dealt with. So I kind of want to give you guys an example of that too. Yes, girl, so true. I've had trust issues too that I've had to let go of, and it's a daily practice and process. Yeah, it's a daily practice and process of letting it go and being aware of it. But you wouldn't be able to change it if you weren't aware of it. So you are totally a step ahead, and thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate you being vulnerable on this live. So I want to give you guys an example of this. So one of my exes was super verbally abusive, a little bit sexually abusive as well. But when I was with them, I observed so closely what their family structure was. Like, their dad was a super angry man. He always took out his anger on my significant other. Like, and I saw how much it affected them. I saw how much it instilled the anger in them. I saw the hurt. I saw the desire to want to have a loving relationship with their father. I saw all of those things while I was with them. So I understood where it came from. This is not excusing them, but it's understanding that this is not personal. This is a whole trauma that they have that they don't have the tools to deal with right now. So I had to get myself out of that situation. And another ex that I was dating, like, their life, I had a close-up of their life too. So chaotic. Their family life was so chaotic. Everything around them was chaotic. So it's only like, it's an unconscious reaction to create chaos because that's what you're familiar with. That's all you know. And we attract to familiarity, and it's just a fact. That's what we do. Again, that is not excusing the way that people teach you. It's just understanding. And I just want to let you guys know, like, I promise you, the things that people are doing to you is not personal. Everyone is just fighting their own battle that we literally know nothing about. I need to take a sip of water, sorry. I just be yapping and, like, my mouth gets hella dry. So again, we hold on because we take everything so personal, and we really just do not have to. So when you look back at all the things that hurt you or affected you tremendously in your life, and you see how much it's really costing you, like, is it really worth it? I want to know, like, do you really think that it's worth it? Like, past traumas cause stress issues. Those issues progress into painful. Yeah, exactly. They end up being triggers. So that's why we have to like really let go of these things. Attractive familiarity. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, we attractive familiarity. So that's why a lot of times these things that people do to us, it's just, I'm not saying it's not their fault, but it's like, you got to understand, like, sometimes like people are just dealt shit and they don't know what to do with it. You feel me? So like, not all of us are like, think about you in the past. And like I said, you've lashed out on other people as well. Like me in the past, I was dealt a lot of shit and I did not know what to do with it. And that resulted in like the crazy bitch I was at the time. Like I was just so out of it and I just was not like aligned with anything in life. And I just felt like poop and I just lashed out on everybody. And that's what happened. So I want you guys to look back at how much all these things affected you and what it's cost you and really think about it. Like, is it worth it? Like, let me know. Like, if you're thinking about all the things that these holding on is costing you, is it worth it to you? Is it worth it to you? So if you don't want this to hold on to you, like, you can like, or if you don't want this to have a hold on you, excuse me, like you can decide. I decided, all of my clients have decided, and we have all shifted because of this. Literally, like, we decided to forgive these people for what they did and to not let them off the hook, but to just give ourselves that peace and like pray for them that they heal from whatever trauma they need to heal so they don't continue to hurt more people. And at the same time, you don't want to affect someone else's life the way that they affected your life. So the way to do that is just choosing to forgive and choosing to let go, which is something that they haven't done, but it starts with you. Yes, the lashing out, guilty. Yeah, we're all guilty of lashing out. That's for sure. Like, I'm pretty sure we have all done that, like on a small scale or on a really large scale. So keep this list and feel free to expand on this later on or after the training. In my program, we literally take like a whole week on this. So I know it'll take a little bit of time. So if you want to save it for later, just keep this in your notes. You could expand on it later, okay? So the next thing that I want to transition into, oh my God, it's already been 25 minutes. I'm sorry. I don't want to take up all your guys' time, but the next thing that I want to transition into is giving yourself a break. And this is so freaking important. Like, I was so mad and so ashamed at myself for allowing people to treat me like I was nothing for a very, very long time. Like, very long time. And I was so unkind to myself. And then I started going into a spiral thinking like, okay, maybe I deserve this. Like, maybe I'm just kind of a shitty person. Like, I felt like I wasn't worth anything for like the longest time. So I want you to either write down or reflect internally or share in the comments what you've been angry at yourself for, or maybe some limiting beliefs that you have, or just like, we could talk to ourselves really mean. So like, what is something that you've been struggling with? Like, share it in the comments and let other people know, like, they're not alone in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, again, this is a safe space for other women who are looking to heal just like you are. So don't be shy. And if you see another woman in here, open up and kind of share, comment back and support them and be like, yes, girl, like, thank you for being vulnerable, because it's not easy, you know? And that tribe and that connection, that's everything. Like, if you meet someone off of this free training today and like you make a lasting friendship, like, I'm all about that. Like, cause I love bringing people together and creating community. So anyways, I want you to take a second and think, like, what have you been angry at yourself for? And what have been some of the mean things that you've been telling yourself for a while? Keep going, girl. You're dropping so many truth bombs. Thank you. I try to give you guys as many truth bombs as I can. So I want you to think about the things that you've told yourself that I'm going to let people down. I've definitely been there, Patricia. Honestly, I used to live my entire life. I'm sorry, Mom, if you're listening to this, but I used to live my entire life for my mom. Like, I just wanted to impress her. Like, she didn't put a lot of pressure on me, like, personally, but I just wanted to like do everything for her so badly. And I wanted her to be proud and I wanted her to like accept me so much. So I lived my entire life for her and I was so scared to let her down. But what happens when you do that is you're starting to live out of your own alignment. You're starting to live out of your own truth because you're so focused on getting someone else's approval or making sure that you don't let them down. It takes you away from your authenticity, which keeps you out of alignment, which keeps you out of just being able to elevate and like honor yourself and manifest all the things that you want into your life. So it's very, very important to honor yourself through this whole process. And the right people are going to understand, and the right people are going to attract to you, and the right people are going to stay in your life. And I'm going to talk about this a little further on in the training. So with the same thing that we just did in the previous exercise, I want you to think like, what has holding on to these feelings or these beliefs that you're not good enough or that you'll never make everyone happy or whatever, like what does that cost you? Like you need to choose to forgive yourself so you can elevate now. Realize that that negative self-talk is not your truth. It's conditioned in you from something or someone that you wrote down in that first exercise that we just did. Reacting from hurt, anger, and later feeling bad for it because I know deep down it doesn't help at all. Yeah, but you know that you're doing it. So that's perfect that you know that you're doing it, and the awareness is the first thing. So now you could start. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. So now you could start basically, how do I, oh my God, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry guys. And I'm trying to X out of it. But anyway, how can you, I have lost my thought now. Oh my God, because I got a phone call. Oh, reacting from hurt and anger, feeling bad because I know deep down in her. Oh, as long as you're aware of this and you know what it is that you're doing, like you're able to coach yourself through it and you're able to basically like be like, okay, I know what I'm doing right now. Let me stop right now and let me like retrace my steps and go backwards and do what I need to do to basically change this, apologize to the person, or shift my behavior right now. Reactions need to turn into responses. Exactly. So hold on, let me close this freaking FaceTime that's popping up on my computer. It's like hella distracting me, and I'm trying to give you guys all my attention. So it won't go away. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, cool. So now, again, what I'm saying is realize that all this negative self-talk that you go through with yourself, like this is not your truth. Like this isn't what is real. Like this isn't your real like qualities. This isn't your real physical body or whatever. Like if you're like, I'm ugly or I'm this or I'm that, like these things are just not your truth. It's conditioned from someone or something that was in that first original exercise that we already did. Okay. So I want you guys to know that I don't want to be an asshole, but like this is the truth because I've been through it. Like I said, like what we do is we use that shit for our excuse. Like it's not your truth, it's your excuse. I used my excuse of my past to be like, well, I'm guarded like this because of blah blah blah, and it made me feel like I was entitled to being the way that I was and playing small, and it made me feel like I was excused for being the person that I was being, which was not my best. You know what I'm saying? Like it becomes our excuse after a while, and we need to separate ourselves from that. Like it's not the one, and you don't want to like attach to that and start to basically identify with your trauma. So today is the day that you are going to step into your power and you're going to let this shit go, and it's not going to like have a hold on you anymore like it used to, because you are choosing to rise from that by forgiving yourself and forgiving others to set yourself free. The bigger picture is you're setting yourself free from this, and that is why you're forgiving these people. You're forgiving yourself because what is beating yourself up going to do about it? Like if you sit there and you're mad at yourself every day and you're mad at these people, how's that going to benefit you? It's not. It's just going to keep you stuck. But if you decide like, you know what, I'm going to let this go, you're going to be able to move on and start making all new actions, start moving in a different way, have a whole different flow. So I promise you, letting go of it, forgiving is so freaking worth it. So if you are ready to be free from all of that, let me know in the comments. If you are so ready to just let all this go and to finally be free. The subject of this live training is how to heal yourself, or how to start healing. So I want to also touch on this because honestly, I got so many messages of a similar struggle of just beating yourself up around goals, around taking the action that you want to take, about comparing yourself to others, or not feeling confident. Like these are all things that you guys have messaged me about. And so I want to touch in on this really, really quickly. So all of these things are linked to our perceived value. We are still connecting ourselves to our conditioned beliefs from the people or the situations of our past that we went through in that first quick exercise. This is just, it's not our truth. When it comes to like a business goal or a career goal or something like that, you need to jump, because what is the worst that can possibly happen? It doesn't work the first time, which is fine, and you keep on trying again. I'm going to tell you guys a really quick story of the first time I ever went live, and it was like a total, oh my God, like when you guys hear this, you're going to be like, what the heck? So anyways, when I first did a live series, I did it on this book called Clearing Emotional Clutter by Donald Altman. That book was amazing, and I wanted to share the information with so many people. So I basically did a live series over this. So I wasn't even a coach at the time. I didn't even know what a coach was, but I knew I had a message that I wanted to share with the world, and I had knowledge that I wanted to share with the world. So I do this series. It's the first time I ever went live. At the time, I was in an affiliate marketing business, and my mentor, Kendra, I don't know if she's on here, but if she is, that would be awesome because we still are definitely cool. But I'd let Kendra know I was going to do the series. She tuned into the series. I had about 20 people signed up, which was awesome because I'd never done something like that before. So 20 people signed up. I get in, I started doing like my intro, and I did it on Zoom at the time because I didn't realize that everyone could share screens at that time and anyone had access. And I had posted this link like on my Twitter, on my Facebook. I sent it in an email. Like I literally posted this link everywhere. So there's like 20 random people on there. And I'm doing my intro, I'm talking about what the series is about, and then I start into the curriculum that I'm trying to teach. And as I start into my curriculum, somebody takes over my screen and does a share screen, and they start playing the most disgusting porn I've ever seen. It was like, it's that notorious one, Two Girls, One Cup. I've always heard of it. I've never seen it, but I'm positive that's what it was. And someone took over my screen and started playing this while I'm trying to give a live training. I'm just trying to be great. I'm just trying to give people knowledge. I'm trying to share this information with people. I'm trying to heal the world. And someone literally took over my screen while I'm doing this live, and they did it. And I'm freaking out. I don't know how to stop it. I literally tried to start taking people out. So hopefully I would take out whoever it was that was playing that on the screen. I couldn't figure out. So I literally just killed the entire live. I killed it. I turned off the Zoom meeting. And I was like about to cry. And my mentor, Kendra, was like, you know what? Like, you have a decision right now. You can literally let this go and pretend it never happened and just give up, or you can just hop right back on and just do Instagram Live and do Facebook Live and deliver what it is that you showed up to deliver today. And I took a second to kind of breathe, 30 seconds. And then I just hopped on live. I hopped on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, and I just started all over like nothing ever happened. And that could have been it. That really could have been it in my career. I could have gave up right there. If that happened to you, if you went live and you went to go share a message and someone did that to your live, what would you have done? I want to know in the comments, how would you have reacted to that? Would you have got back on live? Would you have quit? What would you have done? But I decided to show up anyway because I had a message that I had to share, and it was bigger than whatever that crazy moment was for 30 seconds. And it was horrific, and it scarred me, and it played in my head for a week straight after that. But I knew I had a bigger purpose, so I showed up anyway. And if I would have given up after that, then I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be a coach. If I was I never want to do that again, I would never be where I am right now. So everything doesn't always happen at the beginning. Actually, the person who just hopped on right now, he was in that that training when I did my first live training, and someone took over the screen and was playing that nasty stuff on the screen. But anyways, yeah, it was horrible, but I still decided to show up anyway because it was that important to me. So again, when it comes to showing up in business or goal setting in business or whatever else, you need to jump, because what's the worst that can happen? Something might happen the first time. Something might happen the second time. Something might happen that throws you off your game or whatever. But you know how many people messaged me after that training and they're like, dude, oh my God, I'm so glad that you did that training. Oh my God, I really need that message today. Oh my God, thank you for showing up after that happened. Everyone, you remember that, see? Dude, it was messed up. But that's what I'm saying. People will appreciate you coming out there. That is our duty. Our duty is to show up and share our gift with the world. So if you're struggling and showing up in your business, or you're struggling with goal setting in your business, or you think that you're not good enough to reach a desired result, you know what I'm saying? Just show up every day with messy action, and it will come and work into your favor. So again, I wouldn't be here if I would have gave up. So I want you guys to think, when it comes to your business and everything else, or any goals that you guys have, maybe it's about getting a new position at work, getting a promotion, elevating your relationship. I want you to think, what would happen if you don't jump? What would happen if you don't try? Would you be okay with playing small and staying where you're at right now? No, you guys have to just go for it. You have to jump. You have to believe that everything is going to work in your favor. So another thing I want to touch with this is, why not you? Why can't you have these things that you want in your life? For me, a long time ago, I was I'm going to be a 6-figure entrepreneur. But then I was wait, I don't know if I could be a 6-figure entrepreneur. But then I thought about it, and I was why can't I? There is people every single day who are doing this, and they're becoming 6-figure entrepreneurs, or they're creating their own business, or they're doing something that they love. It is possible, and people are doing it every single day. it's real and it could happen. And the 5 questions that I ask myself that you guys need to write down, that I give to my one-on-one clients, and they use this all the time to literally reframe any limiting belief, any negative belief, any fear, any resistance. They use this to reframe everything. So I need you guys to write these questions down. The first question when you feel resistance or fear or anything like that is this true? So my limiting belief of I can't be a 6-figure entrepreneur, is this true? No, that's not true. And if I want to be hard-headed and be like, yes, that's true, that brings me to question number 2. How do you know it's true? What facts are there that this is true? What are the facts that prove to this, that it's true? And if I really was like being a hardhead and I was like, it's true that I can't be a 6-figure entrepreneur, what is the facts that I have to prove that? There are no facts to prove that I can't be a 6-figure entrepreneur. There's facts for the opposite, that it's so possible. So the second question, is this really true? And then the third question that I go to after that is, where did this belief come from? Where did this belief come from? Usually this limiting belief, this fear, this resistance, whatever it is, it's coming from something in your past that we did in this first exercise when we first started this live. It came from somewhere there. It came from someone making us believe something. It came from a conditioned response. It came from this. It came from that. It usually came from something in our past. So identify that, recognize that. If you're like, oh my God, this is from blah, 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 there you go. So question number 4. Kiki, thank you for posting the questions on Instagram. I love you. You are so helpful. If you guys miss anything I'm saying, Kiki is writing the questions down in the chat on Instagram. So the 4th question is, who am I with this thought? Who am I with this thought? Or who am I with this belief? Or who am I with this behavior? Whatever you want to put it as, who am I with this? So if I sat there and I kept believing that I couldn't have a successful business or I couldn't be a 6-figure entrepreneur, I would have just gave up right there and I would have stopped and I would have been stuck exactly where I was in my corporate job, miserable, physically sick, unfulfilled, unhappy, all of those things. I would have been stuck. So that's who I would have been with that thought. That's who I would have continued to be with this thought. And then you go to number 5. And the 5th and final question is, who am I without this thought? So when I finally released this thought that it's impossible for me to be a 6-figure entrepreneur, I started taking massive action in my business. I started showing up every day like I already had that 6 figures made in the bank, in cash. Like I started showing up in the biggest way every single day. So who are you without this thought? That's exactly the person that you want to be. That's the person that you envision. That's the person that's striving for all the things that you want to strive in your life. This is reframing. That is what I have my clients do all the time. Like as soon as they message me, because my clients have Voxer access to me, which is messaging, and I could voice message, I could text them, whatever. And they'll tell me about something that's going on in their day. And I'm just like, okay, we'll hit them 5 questions, girl. And they'll literally text it to me. They will text me the answer to these 5 questions. And one of my clients, she'll even sit there and reframe everything in the moment. And she's all like, this is silly. Like, I don't even know why I believe this. And like, she literally knows, like, I don't even know why I believe that. Like, that's so silly because of blah, blah, blah. And give herself the reason why it's silly. So getting rid of conditioning and playing small is literally your duty. By embracing yourself and your story, you help so many people, be it business or personal. Owning like who you are and what you're not is what attracts the right people into your life. A lot of you have been messaging me about like manifesting your ideal partner, manifesting your ideal friendships, manifesting your ideal job, and all of that stuff. In order for you to do that, you need to know who you are and who you are not. I am so vulnerable with you guys because it helps other women and it helps me attract my tribe. All of you guys who are in this training right now and watching this training and taking notes, you guys are my tribe. So you have to figure out who you are and who you're not. And it starts with reframing those beliefs and detaching from them. You're literally debunking these limiting beliefs that are putting you in a position to believe that this is your truth, okay? So you need to honor yourself, go through those 5 questions, reframe those limiting beliefs, and understand like this is not your truth. So even if you guys are watching this on Facebook too, if this is a message that you think someone needs to hear, make sure to share this on your Facebook page or repost it or whatever, or tag your friend in it. I'm so inspired right now. Just connecting with you and knowing that others out there feel how I do is major. Exactly. See, just by me sharing my story is literally everything. It's connecting to you guys. It's attracting my tribe. Like, you guys are my people. So that is the importance of sharing your story, whether you're going to turn that into a business or not. Just being able to connect with people on that level in a conversation in person, like that's huge. Like that's going to open up such a deeper relationship with the people around you. So all this work that I'm explaining to you guys right now is literally like 3 different weeks worth of the Empowered Babe program. So we go super, super in depth with this in the exercises in the actual program, but these are so completely life changing, and they built that foundation for me to start fresh. They build that foundation for my clients to start fresh, and it's understanding and forgiveness. And if this is helpful, let me know. Give me some hearts, give me some likes. Let me know in the comments that this is helping. Super inspired, babe. Sent this to friends and shared all my stories. Oh, thank you so much, babe. I'm so excited that you guys are loving this. So I want to point out too that everything does happen for a reason. It teaches us a lesson that we need to know. All the things that happen to us put us in a position to be here today for this training, so you can up level. So if there's something that caused you to be in this position that you're like, I need this training, I need this guidance, like it was here for a reason. You're meant to be in this training for a reason. Like all things are purpose. Like the universe gives and takes, and it does so with a purpose. Like we're being divinely guided to a path that's better for us, straight up. Like I would not be here today if it wasn't for the things that I went through, because to be honest with you guys, like I thought my future was I was going to be a professional athlete. Like I swore to God I was going to be in the WNBA, and then I tore my ACL, and then I went to running track, and I was like, I'm going to be in the Olympics. Like I thought that that's what I was going to do, which is dope. Like if I did one of those things, but it's not my purpose. That's not what I'm here to do. When I injured my knee, I thought my life was over, but like it literally guided me into a new direction to just focus on my psych degree. And then when I got out of that, I had so much more time on my hands, no longer being an athlete. I started to look more inward into myself. And then I started doing all the studying. And then that's when I started learning from all these teachers and these speakers and these books and these mentors and these coaches. Like the path that I went down guided me towards this. And if I didn't go through all the heartbreak that I went through, if I didn't go through all the pain that I went through and all these experiences, I wouldn't want to read all these books down here that I have over here. Like I wouldn't want to read all this. I wouldn't even care about that. But I got led on this path because of everything that I went through. And it's so important to recognize that and to appreciate it and express gratitude, even though the things that we go through are freaking hard, because I know they're hard. Trust, I know they're hard. I was so depressed at one point, and I was even suicidal for a little while. So trust me, I know that it gets really hard. But I want you guys to always truly believe, if not this, then something better. I always say that. My old coach, Rachel Joy, she always says that. And it's so true. If it's not this, then it's something better. Like, we may think that we lost out on something that we wanted in life, but sometimes it was just to guide us in a different direction. And that's another reason that we hold on to our past, is because we feel like we lost out on something. We feel like we should have got something and it's unfair. And we feel like we deserve something that we didn't get. And that's another reason we hold on to our past. But these are a couple other questions that I want you guys to write down, and I want you to think about. Like, this could be for relationships. This could be for jobs or promotions that you didn't get. This could be applied literally universally. So universally. So I want you guys to reflect on these questions. Like, number 1, was it a good match? Was that boyfriend or girlfriend that you had that you lost out on, was it even a good match? Was that job a good match? Was that promotion a good match? Would I have been fulfilled? Would this have made you feel full? Would this have made you feel happy? Like, would you have been fulfilled in this job position or in this relationship? Would it or they bring out the best in you? If you got that relationship that you wish that you wanted, would it have brought out the best in you? Would the qualities of that person bring out the best in you? Okay. So number 1, was it a good match? Number 2, would I have been fulfilled? And number 3, would it bring out the best in you? The next question is, would it push you to level up? Would it really push you to elevate to that next level? Would it encourage you to do better? Would it push you to level up? And then the next question is, would you be supported? If you got that promotion, would you have been supported, or would you have been stressed the hell out? If you were in that relationship and you're going for all of your goals and your dreams, would that person have supported you? Would you have been supported? And then, did the job or the person, so did it match your values? Did it match your values? Did that person have the same kind of values that you had? Did they value the same important things that are like non-negotiables for you in life? Did they match that for you? Did they match your values? That job that you're doing, did it match the values that you have for what you want to do in this life? The the mark you want to leave in the world, or is it just, it was a lot of good money, so like that's why you wanted to do that? So does it, or did it match your values? And then would it have served your highest good kind of relates to, would it push you to level up? So you guys don't have to really write that one down. But the last one I want you to write is, would it be in alignment for your ideal job or your ideal partner? Would it be in alignment for what is ideal for you? So a lot of times we get caught up with jobs and promotions that we didn't get, and we're like, oh my God, I need that money. But it's like, did it match like what you wanted ideally for a job? Like, yeah, the money's cool, but like you're going to do that shit for like the rest of your life or for a long time. So would it ideally be something that you wanted to do? All of these things matter, and they give you clarity when it comes to like what you really like lost out on, if you even lost out on anything at all. Thank you again, Kiki, for writing out all these questions. I appreciate you so much. I am so, so glad that you're writing this for everybody so they can catch on. This is awesome. So I want you guys to take your emotions of rejection and loss out of it and like look with logic. Would this have served me? That thing that I'm upset about that I lost out on, would this have served me? So I want you guys to comment below if this is helpful. I want you to send lots of hearts if this is helpful for you. I'm so, so excited that you guys are loving this. Feel free to share it on your page if you're on Facebook. So all the things that I've gone over so far is literally like 3 weeks worth of curriculum in my program. And the good thing is being able to have these tools to go back on. So it's like, I always tell my clients, it's okay to go backwards in order to move forward. Like sometimes we have to go backwards in order to move forward. Sometimes we need to check ourselves and ask ourselves those 5 questions and like, be like, bro, am I doing everything like that I need to be doing? You know what I'm saying? Number 7 is that right now is a hell no. Yeah, exactly. We want to be in alignment. Thank you, love, appreciate you for sharing your magic with us. Of course, I'm here to share the magic. So now that you have the tools to basically create the space for the new foundations, I'm going to touch very, very, very briefly on decluttering before I go quickly into getting into alignment. Like this is going to be actually like a super short one. So when it comes to decluttering, I'm going to touch on the physical and the mental. First of all, the physical, people do not realize it, but it's not just about decluttering your mental, it's about decluttering your physical too. I want you guys to think about your home. Your home is supposed to be the place where you feel good, where you recharge yourself, where you get back into center. If that is not the place, like your place that you find peace right now, you got to change some shit. So maybe it's not like your entire house, maybe it's just even your room, but where you exist is very, very, very important about how you feel. This is literally your recharge station, like literally recharging. So I want you guys to think about and list out the things that are in your home or that are in your room that you don't like. Like it could be that pile of like clothes that's sitting on your chair, or like you don't keep the curtains open enough. Like it could literally be anything random. And I want you to write all those things down, and you can do this later and just like write the things I don't like later, you know? So like write it down now or later, but look at all the things that are in your physical space that you don't like, and then go back over that list and be like, okay, how can I fix this? How can I change it? Should I throw it out? Can I alter it? Can I clean it? Can I give it away? Like think about what you could do, and then start to think about your ideal home of what you would want. Like ideally, like for me, I want really open floor space. I want lots of bright lights. I want an open kitchen. I want a very pretty backyard. I want a lot of modern furniture. I want very like white walls or light gray walls. Like those are all very important to me. So I have created that space in my apartment right now because I decided to live in that right now because that's what I want to manifest for myself. And then alas, the house that we ended up getting was basically exactly that. You want to start bringing that into your reality right now. You want to create your ideal situation in your physical right now because you start to feel it, and feeling is what creates the manifestation. It is a huge, hey Brittany, it is a huge, huge part of manifesting is feeling into it. So start creating that ideal physical space right now in the place that you live now, so you can start manifesting something like a different home. If you want to move to something, or if you're in an apartment right now, like I'm in an apartment and we're going to move into a house or whatever, start creating that ideal space now. And when it comes to another thing of decluttering your physical, that actually has to do with your friends too. So friends, social scenes, whatever. Oh, and your car. Make sure you clean your car out too, because you are in your car every day and that's taking you where you need to go, and you don't want to be stressed on your car like, oh my God, this shit is a mess. So now when I go to friends and social scenes, I want you to think about friends that you have that just kind of like bring you down, or they drive you nuts, or they're always on some low vibe shit, or they're always like complaining, or they're talking shit to you, or they don't believe in what it is that you're doing. Like all these kind of people, you need to be aware of that. So if any people that are in your life come to your mind when I say that, like write that down now. And then I want you to write what your ideal friendship would be. Like, what would that person be like? What would your friendship be like? What qualities is important for them to have or for the friendship to have? Because all of these things are super important when it comes to manifesting more people that are like that. And then I want you to look at what the ideal friendship would be like, and then look at the list of friends that are like driving you nuts and be like, can I salvage this? Can I talk to them about what's going on or what's bothering me? Can I bring them with me while I'm trying to elevate? Like, can I raise them up with me? Like, will they be able to talk about this? Are they going to be open to receiving? Like, think about all of these things, and like keep in consideration too, if there are people who are like hella hating on your groove and like what it is that you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish, like that's an automatic no. You need to talk to them about it. And if they're not hearing you, elevation requires elimination. Okay. And I say that all the time. So anyways, keep this in perspective. If you look around at your friends and you're literally not inspired by them, you are not in a circle, you are in a cage. And that is so true, because people's energy rub off on you. And if they have like crap energy or they make you feel low or whatever, that is going to manifest as your reality, because that is what you're surrounding yourself with. And literally energy is contagious. Can't wait to come back and watch from the start. Yes, and if you registered for the training, I will send you guys out the replay of this if you're registered for it. So yeah, you definitely want to surround yourself with all the right people, okay? Tribe is so, so important, because you have people that are supporting you, people who are encouraging you, and it makes all of the difference. And that's why I love when I do my group coaching program, because the results are crazy. The support is literally like out of this world. The relationships last forever, and I just love it. And I love being able to facilitate that kind of transformation and that kind of bond. Like having a whole bunch of cheerleaders who are on the same journey as you, lift you up into that and hold you accountable is literally amazing. And I love that. So use that list of ideal friendships to start kind of expanding your relationships, and think and envision of the kind of deep friendships and relationships that you would want to have. The more you visualize it, the more the subconscious mind takes note of that and helps you manifest that into your reality. So remember that we're like really, really, really powerful things. And the more you put things in your subconscious mind, the more it works to put that into your reality. We're like really hella powerful. So now when it comes to limiting beliefs and habits, I want you guys to really, really look deep into this. I always just take my limiting beliefs and apply those same 5 questions that I told you guys earlier. Like I told you, those are going to be the most important 5 questions you ever ask yourself in life. And you're going to be able to use these forever and apply it to literally everything. Okay. So if you have limiting beliefs, you literally sit there, like I did for me, the 6-figure entrepreneur one. I literally use my limiting belief. I debunk it with those 5 questions. And then I apply polarity to it. Once I debunk it, I'm like, I can no longer, or I'm not capable of being a 6-figure entrepreneur. I change that into my affirmation. I am a 6-figure entrepreneur. I am a successful business owner. I take the opposite of that after I debunk it, because now I believe that it's possible, and I turn it into my affirmation. And that is why affirmations don't work for so many people. It's because they're just like, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. And they're not a millionaire, and they're hella mad, and they're like, why does this not work? Well, it's because you're not believing what you're saying. So you have to go through those 5 questions for personal, for business, whatever, and apply polarity at the end of it. And that's how you basically create your affirmations and start building that belief. So limiting habits, think of the things that are no longer serving you. Like for me, I used to lash out and yell at people so much in relationships to establish authority and to establish power and to make myself feel like I had control of the situation. And when people would hurt me in relationships, I would lash out and try to hurt them and be like, haha, you thought you hurt me? Wait till you see this, bitch. Like that's how I was. And that is a nasty negative habit to have. So we have to be able to look ourselves in the mirror and kind of awaken to the reality that we do some ugly things, but we're not about to do them anymore. So reflect on these negative habits that you have and apply polarity to them, and think of how different things could be, and journal on how different things can be if you switch into a new habit. I hold my girls accountable for this all the time, honestly. And that is the perks of having a coach and having your squad, is because they hold you accountable. They give you the guidance, and like your girls got you for like that support. And that's why the group coaching clients like literally just flourish all the time. So now I'm going to shift into getting into alignment and flow and confidently owning who you are. So if you are ready to get into alignment and flow, let me know in the comments. Give me some hearts. I'm about to go ham on this, and this is the last part of the training. I know that I'm like talking your ear off. So if you're finding value in this, let me know in the comments as well. So one of the most major steps is setting healthy boundaries. Like if you are worried about everyone else's needs before your own, you need to change that, and you need to enforce it. If you're doing all of this work to elevate yourself it can't be disturbed by other people like literally stomping all over you, okay? Like this is where we start getting into flow. Accountability is key, especially for me. Yeah, exactly. Accountability is everything. So how we get into this flow, which is important to start figuring out like who we really are and what we're all about. So we're going to start saying yes to everything that feels good and no to everything that does not feel good. And the things that genuinely feel good in your soul, not things that you feel like you need to do and you feel good because you marked it off the list of things that you need to like do or whatever, or that you're trying to help everyone out so that makes you feel good. No, like it has to genuinely feel good in your heart and soul. Those are the things that we're saying yes to. If you have your own business, like you're not going to do things because you feel like people will like it or it's going to get you more clients. Like that's not why you're going to do it. Do what feels genuinely good to you. When you feel good, oh my gosh, I'm getting so many people submitting for the free training and like it's literally live right now. But anyway, when you feel good and you want to do things for people genuinely because you want to and you're like, you feel good about it and you're like, yes, I want to do this. Like I'm about this. You're able to give unconditionally and at a full capacity. If you're busy trying to do everything for everyone, it's kind of like sharing one cup of water with like 20 people and you're just trying to share it. Like everyone is basically getting nothing and it's not even worth it. When if you have your own business and you do everything from a heart-centered space or a soul-centered space, you are talking to a direct audience. Not everyone will be about it, but enough people and the right people will be about it because you are a specialist in this area. So don't try to attract the masses. Do what aligns in your heart and soul and what you have experienced and what you can teach on. So those of you who have messaged me and said you're feeling insecure in your business or you don't know like what to do or you're like scared about like being yourself or showing up on live, the right people are going to attract to what you're showing up and you're doing. But if you're trying to please everyone, you're pleasing nobody at the end of the day. So if you want to make the changes in your business that feel good as hell to you, then you need to do them because you show up way more passionately and it shows that people people will feel that. People will like vibe off of that energy. They're literally gonna like be attracted to you because they feel the passion in what you're saying. They feel the passion in what you're doing. They feel the passion in what you're delivering. So you need to show up in what those things are that feel really good to you because it comes out in your business. If you're watching this on Instagram Live, I want you guys to know that I have a limit on live and it's going to end in like a minute. So I'm actually going to end this live right now and I'm going to start another live so that you guys can tune in. So if you're on Instagram, I'm ending this really quick and then I'm going to start another one. So hop on that. And people who are watching on Instagram, I'm sorry. I am about to hop back on really, really quick. I just want to get this saved for everyone because everybody's trying to watch this training and a lot of people who signed up for this, they don't have Facebook, so they're signing up on Instagram. So to repeat what I just said though, if you want to make changes in your business that feel good as hell to you, then you need to do them because you show up more passionately. You show up with a different energy and like people can just feel that and they vibe with it. So sorry, let me go on live on Instagram. Checking connection, you are now live. Okay, awesome. So people feel that, excuse me, 10 million%. When you show up with passion, when you show up with something that you love, when you show up like just in a bigger way, people are automatically attracted to that. People want to work with you. People want to be around you. Even if it's not in business, if it's just in person, you're starting to align with the things that feel good to you. You're starting to do activities that feel good to you. People freaking see that. We live in a technological world. We're sharing everything on Instagram. Like people who are interested in doing the same things that you're posting about on Instagram, they're going to be like, hey dude, like I hella vibe with that too. And you're going to create friendships off of that. Like all of this stuff, just doing the things that feel good to you benefit you and they benefit your business. Either way that you're doing it, people feel your energy 10 million%. And then you become more confident in what it is that you're doing or talking about. And that produces better work and better content. So this is what gets you into flow and alignment. It raises your energy to match that of which you want to attract. So this is basically, hold on, let me get a sip of water because I'm going ham right now. Honoring what it is that you want in life and what you want to do. This is what helps you attract the right partners, the right friends, the right clients. And this also goes for pricing with your services. And some of you guys are entrepreneurs, some of you guys are coaches or whatever, but this goes for pricing. Or like, even if you want to raise at work, like if the money isn't in alignment, you're going to resent the work and you're going to produce low quality. If you feel like you're getting paid what the work deserves, then you're going to go hard. If you want to keep your prices low so that everyone can afford you or whatever it is, like, excuse me, you're not going to get high quality leads or customers or clients who appreciate your work and show all the way up. And for example, the entire tribe hops back on the IG live. I love that. Yeah, I love that too. And more people are logging in, so it's awesome. So I'm going to basically put it like this. It is way easier to push aside a $20 course that you bought and wait until later. But if you invested $5K, best believe your ass is showing up. Like, you're going to show up for the program. You're going to do what it is that you need to do. So putting high ticket prices on high ticket work, it's nothing wrong with that. And if you're a photographer or a videographer or you have your own business or whatever it is, having high ticket prices for your high ticket work, that's nothing. Like, that's what you should be doing. Like, people charge because that's what their work is worth to them. And people who appreciate your work are going to hire you, point blank, period. And you're going to start producing better work because that is what you feel good. You're like, dude, I'm getting paid to do what I love. Like, and I can live off this. This is freaking awesome. And you're going to go that much harder in your work. Okay. Not everything has to be hustle mode. Like, we always want to, like, even for me, I struggled with pricing at first when I first started coaching because I wanted to be available to everybody. I wanted everyone to be able to work with me, but nobody showed up. But as soon as I started charging in the thousands for my high ticket one-on-one VIP program, people were showing up left and right. And I had more clients than I ever had because people were dedicated to the quality of my program, the quality of my work, the passion that was behind it. And they showed up every single day for themselves and for this program. And that's why they created change. That's why they got lasting change in their life. That's why they got transformation. So it's so important to match what you think you should be earning with your work, straight up. So if you feel like you deserve a raise at work, you need to present that to your boss and you need to talk to them about why you deserve a raise, the quality of work that you show up and you bring every day, and what more you can do. You guys need to bring that shit to the table, because closed mouths don't get fed. But if you say something, you never know. The worst they could say is no. But if you keep on asking, I bet you they're going to say yes. So people also, too, if you guys are entrepreneurs, people can always afford it, okay? Like, people say that they can't afford things. I'm sorry. It's like, sometimes it happens every once in a while, but most people are using it as an excuse because they're scared to invest or whatever. I paid $1,000 a month for coaching. I was literally making like $300 a week at a part-time job. I had no clients at the time, but I invested $1,000, and it was because it was worth it to me. Like, it was worth it to learn more. It was worth it to level up. It was worth it to get guidance that's going to change my life forever. Like, it was worth it to me, and it paid off because I started elevating in every level of my life, in my business, my mindset, everything. And then I started attracting more clients, and then I started showing up better, and I was making more money, and it all ends up paying off. So people will tell you that they're scared to invest. It's just because they're not ready to start showing up for themselves, point blank, period. But sometimes it will really be that, but like, it's very rare. People use them as an excuse, like, literally all the time. But your ideal clients are going to be able to afford you straight up. So do not be afraid to raise your prices. Getting into flow and getting into alignment is literally a feeling. It's a feeling like, it's like a feeling of being home. It's feeling like you're exactly where you're supposed to be. It's like feeling just good. That is what getting into flow and alignment is. You reach that by saying yes to everything that genuinely feels good to you in your bones, and not everything that does not. Straight up. If you get what I'm saying, say yes in the comments, or like, give me some hearts. Like, let me know you guys get what I'm saying. And it seems like you get what I'm saying. Preach, girl, preach, from Maria, from your guys' comments. So if you're feeling this and you're getting what I'm throwing down, just give me some likes, give me some hearts, whatever. But anyways, I want you guys to basically recharge yourself and give yourself fully to the right things that feel good. Like, I don't want you guys to be jumping at everything. I don't want you guys to be trying to like put yourself out there in all these ways that feel uncomfortable. I don't want you guys to continue to play small because you don't want to influence other people, or like, you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you don't want to shine their light too bright, or I don't want you to do all these things you don't want to do because you feel like these people need you, or like whatever it is. I don't want you guys to do that anymore. I want you to recharge yourself and give yourself fully to the right things that feel good, because I promise you the quality of things that you give yourself to will be so much higher, okay? You do not need anybody's permission, okay? Show up, show out, feel good for you. That is your duty. It is literally your duty to find your gifts and to share them with the world. Like, that's a rule in spirituality. That is a rule literally in the Bible if you're religious. Like, they talk about It's finding your purpose, finding what your gifts are, and sharing them with other people. It doesn't have to be your business. I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs that are on here as well, but this could just be by you this can elevate you as a friend. This can elevate you as a partner. This can elevate you as an employee. This can elevate you in so many ways. Honor yourself, recognize your gifts, and step into them and serve. We are here to serve other people. That is why I'm here. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve you this knowledge. I'm here to serve you these hacks, these tools, all this. That is how, and I decided that I want to make it my business. Like, this is all the work that I want to do. I don't want to do anything else because I'm not really very passionate about anything else that you could turn into a career. And that's why I chose this. But you guys can do this and show up any way you want, and you don't need any permission, okay? So make the shifts that you're being called to. Listen to what your body and your intuition are telling you. You are being guided towards it for a reason. So start doing what feels good, and you start to learn more about yourself this way, and you start to build that relationship. And that's another thing. Like, after releasing all of the old conditioned beliefs that we have to get to know ourselves all over again and rebuild that relationship. So take yourself out on dates. Go do the things that you want to do that make you feel good. When you have a rough day, decide to change that. Decide to do an activity that you know always makes you feel good. It'll always bring you back to center, and you just feel hella good when you do it. Build that relationship with yourself. The more you build this relationship and you continue to live in alignment, and the more that you love yourself, and the more, like, that's just the more love that you have to give, and the more you attract the right people into your life. And that could be lovers or friends. Lovers and friends. If you know that song, you go. But sorry for my voice anyways, though. But these are the things that I teach my clients to help them create, like, the shift. Like, they shift into the highest version of themselves. They start honoring that highest version of themselves. And then they start getting clarity on what it is that they want for their life. I take time with all of my clients to help them create a personalized action plan to reach their goals, be it with business, with love, life, anything, any of it, all of it. Like, we create all these personal plans, but it starts with creating the change, doing the healing work, and getting to the bottom of all that other stuff, and, like, clearing that path so that we can elevate. So I really hope that this was super helpful for you, and it gave you some insight on how you could start healing now. Like, if you guys got some golden nuggets from this, or you got some breakthroughs, let me know in the comments below. And give me some hearts. I want to hear what you guys' breakthroughs are, because I'm, like, really excited. So the lecture part of this is done. I know I talked your ears off. You guys have been in this thing for like an hour and 10 minutes, and I freaking love you guys.